Hello friends, I'm Rosa. More recently, a new location has appeared in Avatar World. Now I will tell you the story of the appearance of one of the main characters of this location. Our new mysterious character is not human. It may seem like it's just a mannequin, but it's far from simple. His name is Austin, and he doesn't move at all, but just stands still. In fact, he does it for a reason. He used to have a ball in his hands, but an unusual one, because this ball allowed Austin to move just like a human. However, one day Austin dropped his unusual ball on the floor. A passing employee of the store decided that one of the children had forgotten it here, and put it on the showcase so that the owner could notice it and take it back. Without this ball, Austin can't move, so he couldn't take it and stayed standing like that for a very long time. He stood there until one little girl took this ball. As soon as the girl took the ball out from behind the showcase, this ball immediately jumped out of her hands. He rolled himself to Austin. All the visitors of the store were shocked because of the ball that rolls by itself. And so, when the ball rolled to Austin, he jumped right into his hand and Austin seemed to come to life again and began to dance. Austin was very happy that he could move again. When he started moving, the store clerk immediately ran up to him. She was very surprised, because she had never seen Austin move and thought it was just a mannequin. The saleswoman asked Austin how he does it, and Austin told her that all the balls in this store are alive. They can talk to each other and laugh. The saleswoman looked at Austin with disbelief. Her eyes widened, and she couldn't believe her eyes. She was ready to think that this was some kind of joke or trick. Balls that can move and talk? Are you really not joking right now? The saleswoman asked. Austin advised her to look at the pipe with balls. The moment the saleswoman turned around, all the balls really started talking. She was very surprised, because now she has a lot of new friends, although before she could not even think that she was surrounded by such interesting things. So the next character I'm going to tell you about today is the girl who took Austin's ball from the showcase. Her name is Iris, and she is very often in this clothing store. She's wearing a beautiful rainbow sweater with a heart. Have you noticed the frog-shaped hat on Iris's head? She wears it for a reason. Iris loves frogs very much. Sometimes she comes to the pond to see her friend Frog. Together they can spend a lot of time and play until the evening. Iris loves not only bright things and frogs, but also loves sweets. Her weakness is chocolate bars from the supermarket, which she constantly carries in her pockets. However, when she decides to treat herself to something special, the choice always falls on strawberry ice cream. Iris claims that there is something magical in every spoonful of this ice cream, which makes her days even brighter. In addition to the frog, Iris has another even more unusual friend. Of course, it's Austin. After everyone found out that Austin is not just a mannequin, he and Iris immediately became friends. Together, they like to choose clothes, sneakers, and hats. And they also like to take funny photos together. The next character whose story you will hear today will be the saleswoman of this new store. Her name is Mandy, but most often people call her Miss Fashion for her unusual choice of very stylish clothes. It seemed to attract the attention of everyone who crossed the threshold of her store. Miss Fashion was a cheerful girl with dreams of making her store a place where everyone can find something special from clothes. Her clothing store, called the Land of Style and Charms, became a unique place in the city where all people could find everything from unusual magic hats to rare vintage sneakers. Mandy has her own fascinating hobby. This is the organization of magical photo shoots. Mandy loves to photograph her friends and visitors in a variety of styles, using the magical ability of an unusual place in her store. This place was a magical locker room. When a character enters a magical locker room, magic happens immediately. Other fashionable clothes from the store appear, creating the perfect image for a future photo shoot. All the outfits are bright and unique. Mandy becomes not only a stylist, but also a photographer capturing moments of magic and style. In the afternoon, she arranges photo shoots, not forgetting to sell goods at the checkout. These photo shoots not only cheer up and bring bright colors to her life, but also serve as a source of inspiration for her store and new clothing collections. Thus, Mandy's hobby becomes not only a creative hobby, but also a way to share the magic of her store with others, creating unique and inimitable moments of style and beauty. The next character will be very similar to Mandy in his work. However, these are two completely different characters who also have a lot of differences. And so, the character I'm going to tell you about is Tom. Have you already guessed who and where he works? Tom, as well as Mandy, works as a salesman in the store The Land of Style and Charms. And now I'll tell you about him. Tom started working in this magic shop much later than Mandy. Before starting his career as a salesman, this mysterious character worked at a secret job that no one knew about. By the way, I completely forgot to tell you, Tom loves animals very much. So he used to work in a pet store. His position was top secret, but now I'll tell you about it. Tom went to camps, forests, and other places where animals can live. He was looking for animals with whom something had happened to help them. One day he found a little dog named Daisy right in the forest. She had a twisted leg and it was very painful for her to walk. Tom immediately took her with him and took her to the vet to help her. Soon after the treatment, Daisy's leg completely recovered and the dog was able to walk again. And in order for the dog to be able to find a new owner, Tom took her to the kennel. There, Daisy found new friends, and soon a new owner who took her home and took care of her. After several years of caring for animals at the pet store, Tom decided it was time for a change. Always passionate about fashion and style, Tom decided to invest his energy and creativity in the world of clothing. He drew attention to the vacancy of the cellar in the store, the Land of Style and Charms, which was famous for its unique range of stylish clothes for people. Having decided on a change, Tom applied and, thanks to his multifaceted skills and benevolent nature, was accepted into the team. In the Land of Style and Charms, Tom took on the role of stylist and salesman, helping customers choose relevant and fashionable outfits. So Tom found his place in the fashion world, despite the change in the field of activity. And also, Tom visited Daisy several times after work, because they were real friends with him. It's time to tell you the story of the appearance of another character of this magical clothing store. You can meet him quite often, all because he loves shopping very much. Meet Danny, and in the store, the Land of Style and Charms, he is a buyer. He doesn't work in this store, but in this one. Yes, it's also a clothing store, but it's much smaller than Mandy's. So one day after work, Danny decided to go to Mandy's store, but an unexpected problem was waiting for him. By the time Danny was released from work, the store was already closed. So he had to go home to sleep and wait for the next day. The next day, Danny quickly ran into the store before work to ask Mandy not to close it until he arrived. Mandy agreed and decided to help Danny. And so, when night came, Danny came to the store, where a very sleepy Mandy was waiting for him. Danny also wanted to sleep, but not as much as she did. So Danny spent some time choosing clothes for himself, and in the end he chose this very unusual jacket. Mandy happily gave it to him, and they went home. Since then, you can often notice that Mandy's store didn't close at night, and all because friends arrange a homemade fashion show there and experiment with different styles of clothes. The next character in this video will also be from the store, the Land of Style and Charms. You've probably already noticed her today. She's standing right next to our magical character Austin all the time. It's a girl named Peggy. All visitors and employees in this store are really waiting for her to come. Do you know why? That's because Peggy works as a pastry chef. This is both her hobby and her job because she loves sweets very much. After her work, she takes with her a lot of different pies, buns, and other sweets. Despite the fact that her working day ends late at night, Peggy does not go home. Instead, she goes to Mandy's store, where all her friends and Mandy herself are waiting for her. As you remember, before leaving work, the girl always takes treats with her. Therefore, when she comes to the store, she treats everyone with different sweets and goodies. All visitors of the store are very fond of Peggy and her treats. When everyone has eaten, friends do not go home. They stay to have fun and play dress-up. One day, when Peggy came to the store, she met a new guest, the talented Victoria. Victoria was a famous stylist from a nearby town. With her wonderful sense of style, she brought a fresh take on fashion and beauty to the store. Victoria invited them to arrange a contest for the best stylish outfit. Peggy and her friends took up the choice of fashionable images, creating amazing stylistic combinations. Then they staged a small fashion show in the store, showing off their creations.